Welcome everyone to our review of the final day of the first test between India and England at the Chepauk in Chennai. England had a fabulous day today and they've gone up 1-0 in the series, and this promises to be a fascinating few days of test cricket coming up. From the highs of beating Australia in their own backyard with a depleted side to being outplayed by England in the first test at home. To discuss the day with me, Sanjay, I have Vishak. Hi Vishak.
Hi Sanjay.
So yeah, as an Indian fan, it was quite disappointing to end up in a loss. But how do you summarize the day's proceeding?
Around close to 400 runs to chase. I don't think they had even slightest idea of chasing the total. Maybe they would have played for a draw only. But given the pitch conditions, how it was, the pitch was running up and down, the ball was turning. Many of the balls kept low. I don't think the team stood a good chance to even win the test match. But draw would have been the best option. But England team played, they made use of the conditions very well and they won the match. So to start off the day with, India started off in a decent position with 36 for 1. And they were going quite good with Shubman Gill and Pujara starting off pretty well. But suddenly we lost 3 wickets in the first hour and we were put on the back foot. The ball kept low and then there was a small partnership with Kohli and Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill got to his 50, but immediately was bowled by a grubber from Anderson. And then it was about surviving the day from there onwards. And Virat Kohli fought a lone battle and got to 72, but the match was already gone. And England pacers and spinners, especially Jack Leach and Anderson, they made use of the conditions and they just bowled us out for 192. And England win the test by 227 runs and go up in the series 1-0, which is a very good result for them. Considering how confident we were after the Australia series, and I feel no one really gave England a chance, especially in Chennai. It was a pretty special performance from England.
I agree. I think overall, looking at the test match, there are 4 or 5 things that stand out to me. England near on played on a perfect test match, apart from some criticism around not declaring the innings early enough yesterday, but they had too much time left in the day anyways. This would go down as one of their most famous wins in the subcontinent.
And to look at their records, they have won 6 consecutive tests in the subcontinent as well, and all 6 under Root's captaincy, which is pretty special.
The other thing which Vishak I thought was fascinating to me was, obviously we all know that India hasn't lost a test match in the last 4 years in India. The last game which we lost was that famous Pune game, but that was a rank turner. Steve O'Keefe getting those wickets and we lost by 300 odd runs. But this was a very, very good pitch. I think the game was lost in the first innings when India couldn't bat more than 4 sessions.
Yeah, moreover, I think we lost the game when England batted really well. That's a different thing. On the first day, I didn't think we attacked that much. And then we allowed them to score around 500 plus, and to have any chance of at least drawing or winning the test match, you need to get closer to the first innings total, which we did not. So we batted pretty poorly. There were some soft dismissals. So that took a toll, and we were bowled out, giving a lead of more than 200 runs, which was a huge advantage for England.
I agree. I think, the only chance we would have had today was if we had a strong partnership, only losing 1 or 2 wickets in the first 2 sessions and then going into the last session trying to get a draw out of it. But yeah, I think those 2 deliveries from Jimmy Anderson cleaning up Shubman Gill when he was looking really good, and Rahane, those 2 are the lasting memories from this test match.
Yeah, I had mentioned on the first day that the ball is reversing and Jimmy Anderson is going to be a hands-up on this, and that turned out to be on the 5th day, and he was quite a handful on this pitch. The way the ball was reversing and the ball was keeping low. Even if you see this, Ben Stokes dismissing Virat Kohli, the ball kept low. There was no chance that Virat Kohli could have kept it out. I would not blame India's performance today for the loss, but it was mainly the first innings where we lost.
I agree. I think sometimes you have to just put your hand up and say that the other team played well. So there's nothing much we could have done. So full credit to England. I think you cannot praise them enough for setting up the series so nicely. Now, as an Indian fan, we are all quite emotional, and people starting to compare captaincy of Rahane and Virat Kohli. Any thoughts on that? In my opinion, personally, I'll get it out of the way. And as everyone knows, I'm a big fan of Kohli's captaincy, not just his batting. You may hate me, but I thought he couldn't have done much differently, apart from maybe, yes, attacking fields, etc. But this selection is the only thing that I can think we could have done something differently. But otherwise, it was more down to England having the rub of the green, batting first, getting good runs, and then our batsmen not being able to convert those starts. It's been 3 matches we haven't had 100 in tests. So
I completely agree. Like just one loss or something changes the perception of the people. And it's just one bad game at home, and people start talking about the captaincies. I agree, Rahane did well, but Kohli is still the captain of their side. And Rahane usually, if you see, doesn't have a good record in India. He doesn't play that well in slow pitches. So it's unfair to just compare on one match. I think India will still bounce back.
Let's just quickly go through some of the socials and some of the records. So Suman, obviously, as you mentioned, Vishak, highlighting that we've had England having 6 wins in a row. The 3 test matches they won against Sri Lanka a couple of years ago, then 2 test matches again in Sri Lanka leading up to India. So that's 6 test matches, and that's 1 less than the most consecutive wins by a visiting side in the subcontinent. So the great Australian side of 2002. Joe Root, in terms of the most successful test captains, he is on 26, equaling Michael Vaughan. He will certainly go past him this year. Huge credit to the bowlers, the way Anderson goes about things, constantly challenging himself at 38. Is he really 38? I think he's 21. He's getting younger by the year. I think he's.
I completely agree with you. He's like a grapevine. As the wine grows older, it becomes better. Same is the case with Jimmy Anderson. He's getting better and better with age. This test match, finally, as you said, it was a perfect gift for Joe Root's 100th test. A double century, then winning the test by a huge margin, going up 1-0. Like he couldn't have asked for anything better.
The disappointment from the Indian fans is obviously visible. Purwell, apart from all the other comments he's made, he's also highlighted the inconsistency in batting Rohit and Rahane. That's a big problem. And just looking forward to maybe the planning for the next game, Vishak, do you think there will be personal changes, batting order changes?
I think Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav have to get in. So, like, we have to take some harsh decisions, even though Washington Sundar did well. His primary job is with the ball, not with the bat. So, Washington Sundar has to be dropped and Akshar Patel has to be gotten. And we need to get an attacking spinner in terms of Kuldeep Yadav. I think Nadeem was pretty expensive in the first test match, but as he got better, he bowled more and more, he got better. That selection was a little bit dicey, and we have to go back to Kuldeep Yadav, even to get the best out of him. And you have, at the end of the day, you have to play your best 11 players in the park.
Absolutely. I can't agree more that Washington Sundar, although he's got 85 and whatnot, his primary job is to bowl. If he cannot get into the side based on his bowling, then we might as well play a proper batsman, get Rohit down the order, or, get Mayank to open or whatnot, fast bowlers. There's a thought that, even Bumrah may be rested in preparation for the 3rd test. What I personally don't want to see is having a rank turners like we had back in Pune, because that'll play into the hands of England. That'll make their bowlers, with a bit of luck, if we bat first, even if we do not bat first and bat big in the first innings.
I think we need to prepare the kind of pitches which we prepared for South Africa 2 years back. They were completely sportive pitches where it was good to bat for 3 days, and the last 2 days it started to turn. Here, I think it was in the first test in Chennai, it was like it started to turn a little early.
Absolutely. I can't wait enough for the next game to start.
Also, I think England have to make one force change with Josh Butler going back because of their rotation policies. So that will be one force change. And then since they are also rotating their fast bowlers, we need to see how they'll go about. Will they play Anderson or will they bring back Broad?
Thanks a lot, Vishak. This is fascinating, stuff. I'm really looking forward to the next test. All the Indian fans, don't get disheartened. This is just a blip. I'm sure we'll bounce back. And all the England fans, everyone, congratulations on this win. This is going to be a cracking series, and we all look forward to it. If you happen to like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Again, just before we part, if you haven't done so, please do subscribe to our channel. Please do keep supporting us. If you have any ideas, feedback or comments, drop in a note to us, and we look forward to having you back on another day, another show. Thanks for your time.